ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः गदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवगौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So, till the last session, we had seen up to the 22nd verse of the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. It was most important verse from this particular chapter. There are many much more beautiful verses to come, which are going to open our eyes. Krishna is going to reveal all the most confidential knowledge to us. The verse that we had discussed before in the previous video, it was very important because it was speaking about pure devotional service and how Krishna reciprocates to such a devotee who is situated on the platform of pure devotional service. So in this particular verse, we are going to discuss 3 verses in this session, and 23, 24 and 25. And in these verses, actually Krishna is going to speak about those people who are not actually worshipping him. Okay, they are not worshipping him directly, but they are worshipping some other devatas. So Krishna is going to speak about those people. And how do they worship them and what do they attain by worshipping them. All those things will be revealed in these 3 verses. So the 23rd verse is, येऽपि अन्यदेवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेऽपि माम् एव कौन्तेय यजन्ति avidhipurvakam. In this particular verse, Krishna is saying that even though you might be actually worshipping some devatas, but actually the worship is being offered to Krishna only. That is what Krishna is saying. But such kind of a worship is avidhipurvakam, which means that it is not in the right way. So Krishna says, ye api anya devata bhakta. Okay, ye api means those people, who are anya devata bhakta. Anya devata means, see, in the previous verse, in the 22nd verse, Krishna was speaking about those people who are doing devotional service unto Krishna, who are devotees of Krishna. So now when Krishna in the 23rd verse, when we link it with the previous verse, we understand that Krishna is saying Anya Devata Bhakta means somebody who is a devotee, a bhakta of Anya Devata, somebody other than Krishna, a Devata who is not Krishna, some other god. That is what Krishna is saying here. Ye api Anya Devata Bhakta yajante shraddhayanvitaha. Somebody who is doing yajante means somebody who is doing worshipping some other devata, okay, with faith, shraddha ke sath, shraddhayanvitaha te api mam eva kaunteya yajanti. So Krishna is saying that they are actually, O Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, te api, those people, mam eva yajanti. They are actually yajanti, they are worshipping mam eva, me only, like that. So ye api anya devata bhaktaha, right? So somebody who is a devotee of some other devata, anya devata, Okay, and he is worshipping yajanti shraddhayanvitaha, with faith. So Krishna is saying te api, those people, right? They are mam eva kaunteya. They are actually worshipping yajanti mam eva. They are actually worshipping me only. Mam means, Krishna is saying me. Mam eva. Eva means only, right? So Krishna is saying that they are actually worshipping me only. Kaunteya, O son of Kunti. But the thing is, they are worshipping avidhi purvakam. The second line, you see the last, in this shloka, the last word is avidhi purvakam. So Krishna is saying, te api mam eva kaunteya yajanti avidhi purvakam. The yajanti, the worshipping that they are doing, it is avidhi purvakam. Avidhi purvakam means it is in a wrong way, right? That is not the right way to worship. That is what Krishna is saying. Avidhi purvakam. जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में कि विधि विधान के साथ किया जाता है, तो अविधि means it is not the right way to do it. So that is what. So the translation is, those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. So we come across people who actually say that, worshipping any form or any personality, it is actually worshipping the same thing only. God is one, you worship anybody and it is okay, सब एक ही है, किसी को भी करो चलता है, ऐसे सब लोग कहते हैं ना, where people say that way. But that is not a very good proposal. I am not saying this. Krishna is saying that is not the right way. Avidhi purvakam, Krishna is saying here. So we have to connect it with all the verses. So Krishna was actually in favor when he was, reciting the 22nd verse. He was saying that, his devotees, he was, telling the glories of his devotees. In the 23rd verse, at the same time, he is saying that somebody who is worshipping Anya Devata, they are actually doing it avidhi purvakam. They are worshipping me only, but that is not an authorized, that is not the right way to do it. So, avidhi purvakam. So, for a person who has common sense and for a person who is a little thoughtful, he will understand that, Krishna is not really supporting Devata worship. Even though Krishna in the Gita itself, Krishna says that even those who do Devata worship, I am only the person who is giving them faith. Right? You must have faith to do it so that you gradually come to Krishna. Right? But at the same time, Krishna is saying that that is not the right way. You have to directly approach Krishna only. That is the right way to do it. Right? So this was the 23rd verse. Now we will go to the 24th verse. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natumam abhijananti tatve natash chavantite. Now in this particular verse, it will be, crystal clear that why we must worship Krishna directly. So Krishna says, aham hi sarva yajnanam. Aham means I. Aham hi means me only. Like that Krishna is saying. जैसे हम लोग हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, मैं ही, ऐसा अहम ही सर्व यज्ञानम. Sarva means all, and yajnanam means all the yagyas, all the yajnas, all the sacrifices and all the worships, right? All the sacrifices. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta. Bhokta means one who is the enjoyer, jo bhogta hai. Right? So Krishna is saying that I am only the enjoyer of all the yagyas, of all the sacrifices. Right? Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha and prabhureva cha. And I am only the Lord also. Right? Natumam abhijananti. So na means he is putting a negation. So somebody who does not know me. Na tu mam, tu means but. So but somebody who doesn't know me. Mam abhijananti. Abhijananti means to know. right? Natumam abhijananti tatve natash. So in tattva, in reality, right, somebody who does not know me in reality, chavantite, such a person, chavanti means to fall down, such a person falls down, right? So now here Krishna is saying that somebody might say that once you read the previous verse, somebody might say that, oh Krishna, you are saying it is avidhi purvakam. But if you take the Vedas, the Shruti Shastras, they are giving n number of religious sacrifices. Vedic sacrifices are there, right, for different demigods. If you want such and such phala, you should do such and such sacrifices, such and such yajna. All these things are mentioned, all the mantras are given where? In the Vedas only, right? And these Vedas are coming from you only. So how are you saying that it is avidhi purvakam? So that is why Krishna is saying here that aham hi sarva yajnanam, I am only for all the yagyas, for all the sacrifices, aham hi bhokta cha prabhureva cha. I am only the bhokta, I am only the enjoyer of all the sacrifices you do, irrespective of doing a sacrifice for Indra or Chandra or Varuna or Shiva or Brahma, for whomever you are doing the sacrifice. But the bhokta, the ultimate enjoyer, is the Supreme Lord Krishna, right? Bhokta cha prabhureva cha, and I am only the Lord. That is Krishna. That is what Krishna is saying. Natu mam abhijanati, but somebody who does not know me, tatve natash, in tattva, in reality, from the scriptures, somebody who does not know me in reality, that person chavantite, that person falls down. Now falls down where? Falls down into this cycle of birth and death. Birth, death, old age and disease. They fall into this cycle and they continue to be in this cycle. So Krishna is reconfirming actually. In the previous verses we had discussed that how even if somebody goes to heavenly planets, he might enjoy for a prolonged period of time, but after all his pious credits are exhausted, he has to come back to the Martya Loka, right? So that is reconfirmed here. So somebody who is doing all sorts of sacrifices and everything, but he does not know Krishna in Tattva, he is going to fall down. And fall down where? Into this dreadful ocean of material existence. So basically, you cannot get out of this ocean of samsara without knowing Krishna, without surrendering to Krishna. And this is even confirmed by Shankaracharya in his Bhaja Govindam. Shankaracharya says, Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam, iha samsare bahudustare kripaya pare pahi murare bhaja govindam govindam bhaja mudhamate. So Shankaracharya is saying punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. Punarapi jananam, again taking birth. Punarapi maranam, and again dying. Punarapi janani jathare shayanam, and again entering into the womb of a mother in some species of life. Iha samsare, this samsara, this cycle of birth and death. Bahudustare, this is very dangerous. And it is very difficult to, cross over, my dear Lord. Kripaya pare pahi murare. My dear Murari, the killer of Mura demon, my dear Krishna, please take us out of this samsara. Like that Shankaracharya is praying. So it is only by knowing Krishna in Tattva and surrendering unto Krishna that we can get out of these clutches of Maya. Right? There is no other way to get out of this samsara. Right? Now the translation is, I am the only enjoyer. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, Those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Right? Now the 25th verse. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrun yanti pitravrataha bhutani yanti bhutyeja yanti matyajinopi mam. So in this particular verse, Krishna is speaking about the destination of the worshippers, of the devotees. So Krishna is saying, Yanti deva vrata devan. Yanti means to go, right? Yanti deva vrata. Deva vrata means somebody who is, attached to a devata, who is doing yajna for a devata, who is worshipping devata, who is a devotee of a devata. Yanti deva vrata devan. That person goes to that devata, the place of that devata. Like for example, if somebody is a worshipper of Indra, he goes to Indra. Somebody is a worshipper of Surya Dev, he goes to the sun planet and stays with Surya Dev there. Somebody who is a worshipper of Soma Dev, he goes to the moon planet, like that. So yanti deva vrata devan pitran yanti pitravrataha. Pitran yanti, somebody goes to the planet of the forefathers, Pitraloka. Pitran yanti, somebody goes to Pitrus. Who are those people? Pitravrata, those people who are worshippers of their forefathers, Pitrus. Right? So we see that there are many people who worship their own forefathers. They do yajnas and all these things for satisfying their forefathers, actually. So those people, they attain Pitraloka. They go to stay with their forefathers, like that. Bhutani yanti bhutejya. Now there are some people who are worshippers of ghosts and spirits. Bhuto ka wo log worship karte. So there are, different kinds of these things are called, black arts or black magic, occult and all these things. So there are people who do those things, ना ऐसे कहते हैं ना कि तांत्रिक लोग and काला जादू and all those things. There are people who do it. So where do they go? They get the same species as those people whom they are worshipping. Like somebody is worshipping a ghost. Say for example, somebody is worshipping a pishacha. So they also get birth in the community of a pishacha. They become like them. And sometime in the purport also Prabhupada mentions that many people think that all these black arts and black magic and all these things are spiritualism. But actually that is gross materialistic. That is materialistic only. You are going to be stuck in this world only. It is not anything spiritual. It is material only, like the Prabhupada writes. So bhutani yanti bhutejya. Somebody who is, worshipping bhuta, so he is going to become a bhuta. And he is going to attain the planets or places where these people, these bhuta, this particular species stays. And then Krishna says, yanti mat yajinopi mam. And somebody who worships me, he attains me, my place. That is Vaikuntha or Krishna Loka, Goloka Vrindavan. That they attain. Translation. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Right? So in this particular verse, you can see that what destination you get according to the nature of your worship. Right? And from this, if we see, somebody who is worshipping a devata, he wants to be born, in Swargaloka and some higher planetary systems. But in the previous verses, we have seen that once their pious credits are over, they come back. Right? So they are not getting out of the material cycle. That is what. And they have to come back. And birth, death, old age and disease continues. Now, the same goes for people who go to their ancestors or forefathers. The same goes for people who are going into the yoni of a ghost, right? These things are all material. It is within the material world only. But the only thing that is outside this material realm is going to Krishna and staying with him, right? Now, how do we know that? Because in a previous verse, we have already seen that Krishna says that somebody who comes back to me, and we had, uh, in detail, we had studied those points, that somebody who goes back to Krishna, they never come back to this world. Krishna says that in the Gita. In some previous verses, we had already discussed. And in the coming verses also, Krishna will say those things again. If you yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramam mama, Krishna says that my supreme abode is such that yad gatva na nivartante, somebody who goes there, they never come back to this world. There is no return, right? So Krishna's abode is like that. So we have to make a very intelligent choice that don't worship Krishna avidhi purvakam, in a wrong way. You just approach Krishna. And even Prabhupada in his purports, he writes that even if you have a material desire, you go to Krishna and ask for that material desire, right? So that is the right way. Even though it is not pure devotion, that is not pure unalloyed devotion, right? That we understand. But still, even if we have material desires, we should make sure that we are approaching Krishna only. Because at least by doing that, we don't fall down. That is what in the 24th verse we saw, that somebody who does not know Krishna, or who is not accepting Krishna, like they are not understanding that Krishna is the Lord of all sacrifices and he is the Lord of everything. That person who does not know Krishna in Tattva, so that is the Tattva, that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and he is the Lord of everything and everyone. So somebody who does not know that, somebody who does not believe in that, and they are running after Anya Devatas and other gods, they are actually going to fall down. That Krishna is saying that only, that they are going to remain in this cycle of birth and death. They are going to fall down. So it is better that we try to understand Krishna. And how to understand Krishna? By reading Bhagavad Gita, we can clearly understand Krishna. He is speaking about himself. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we can know Krishna, right? We can know Krishna, who was Krishna, who is Krishna's mother and father, and what does Krishna do in Vrindavan. More in-depth analysis and in-depth, you can know what actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead means. And after that, to know Krishna's heart, there is Chaitanya Charitamrita. So there are plenty of literatures with us to actually know Krishna, and Krishna only has given all these things to us. All these are Apaurusha Shastras. They are actually coming from Krishna himself. So he gives all these things so that somehow or the other we can turn to him. Since time immemorial, we have turned our faces away from Krishna. So it is high time that we turn our faces back to Krishna and just go back home, back to Godhead, and be there with him forever, having a happy life. So come what may, we must try to understand Krishna by reading these literatures, and of course chanting the holy names. That is the way, right? By chanting the holy names only we can get Krishna. Just simply chant the holy names, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and try read these books and try to understand Krishna through Srila Prabhupada's purports. They are divine. And then at the end of this life, we can simply go back home, back to Godhead, and enjoy with Krishna forever. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.